Hello everyone, and welcome to another Gabstick 2 video. This is Mac video I don't fucking know because I don't care.
Because we're too lazy to look.
Exactly. So what I'm actually going to be doing, you guys, is I'm not going to be doing any episode numbers anymore. It'll
Nope,
just be the
just gonna
name.
upload them.
Right. I mean, from time to time you may see me do that, but it's going to be
It's not
rare that I
often
do it now.
anymore. We're just pretty much done with that.
Yeah. We're
So,
done with professionalism. You know what? I'm on an internal mic, so fuck this shit.
and I'm on, a 3-channel Behringer mixer, and I know the audio nerds are gonna be like, "Ew, that's sick. That's nasty. Don't use that." Well, too bad.
Go fuck yourself.
It's already out. It's already hooked up, and it's already right exactly where I want it. So there you go.
It sounds decent, actually, to be honest. And you know what? It's cheaper than any other mixer out there.
Yes.
The Behringer. So it's decent. Alright, so I'm gonna let Crayton, after we're done rambling our asses off, I'm gonna let Crayton tell you what the fuck we're doing here.
Okay.
I know, we like to entertain, even though it doesn't work.
Hey, we're entertainers. We're not pleasers. We're entertainers. Anyway,
Not really.
just kidding. Can I get through this podcast anyway?
No, you may not.
Yeah,
go.
apparently not.
Go.
So we're kind of out of ideas at this point, but I'm saying at this point because who knows?
Because why not?
Exactly. Because I can say whatever I want about the podcast, whether I have an idea or whether I don't have an idea, and it just
we could just spend a video just being assholes to each other,
we could spend a video actually laughing at each other. Ha, you're stupid.
All right, go.
Fuck.
Cut. Restart.
Pause.
Nope.
Pause.
Nope. Not happening. I'm not those YouTubers who...
I'm not that type of a person either, guys. So
well, sometimes I am, but
just
if I'm recording something important, then I'm like that. But if it's something like this, I'm like, fuck this. I'm uploading it no matter what.
I'm a pea popper. I pop my peas like a pro.
Yeah, I pop my peas too, even though it doesn't work because I'm on a fucking internal mic.
See, you just and it pops the peas like peeing in a toilet, and a tea.
Okay.
Lots of teas too. Anyway.
Anyway, what we're going to do, because Crayton's fucking distracted as all fuck.
What we're going to do is we're going to actually go and take a look at applications that we both use on our Mac, which kind of basically is the same thing, but there's a little bit of a difference.
Right, and maybe some of the apps I have Crayton might get. Some of the apps he has I might get. But we have almost the same applications. We're not going to skip over the Mac apps because I can't tell what's what at this point.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna root speech through because there's no point. I know some people. I want to hear Alex. I want to hear. Well, go get you a Mac.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Are you actually gonna not root though?
No, I'm not rooting speech through. I could set that up very, very quickly because of the nature of the Mac and its audio work, but there's just no point.
There's no point because you just list off the apps and describe them.
Yes. So, Command-Shift-A. Oops, I'm in the wrong window.
I've done that before where someone was helping me and he said go to the home folder and I didn't know I was in Skype and hit Command-Shift-H. Yeah, let's go to the home folder. Command-Shift-H.
So you hung up the call. I'm sorry. That's beautiful. Anyway.
Yeah.
The first app that I land on in my list is Amadeus Pro, and that is how we put the podcast together.
And actually, before we continue, I'm going to actually put my apps up on the screen here. And actually, we'll take turns. Actually, no, we won't. Go through your apps first. Fuck.
Yeah. Hey, we'll do whatever we want. It's our channel. It's our thing, okay?
No, I'm just saying, because I was going to say let's take turns, but it's going to be confusing us all. Fuck.
Right. Okay, so Amadeus, of course, is an audio editor for the Mac, which you can find out by visiting App Store or Harrisoft.com.
No shit.
Anyway, the next one, we're going to skip over the Mac apps because
Because why not? I'm not gonna skip over them just because why not?
Yeah. Uh,
I'm already rooted, so I could just so you.
Cleaner. We use that to actually clean off junk files off of the Mac when we remove applications, because I know some people are like, well, guess what? So when you go to remove an application, all you got to do is you got to go and you got to just command delete on the file and it removes it to the trash. Well, then you leave a whole bunch of system junk behind. And
Right,
App
and
Cleaner
another
is one
app
of the apps that
I
we use to get
use to
rid of
clean
that.
out. Well, you guys will see soon what app I use to clean out. I use app cleaner to actually uninstall. I never do command delete unless it's an install Mac OS app.
Yes, because that does not leave system crap behind. But anyway,
Wish all apps were that way.
if yeah.
Don't wish.
Um,
Don't.
Automator. Let's see. We'll skip through the calendar, calculator, chess, contacts, all that.
What's a calculator? I'm just kidding.
Then the next app that I use quite frequently to clean up, log files and all that's kind of like CCleaner
But
for
not,
Mac,
but
but it's better. It's called
Disk
Disk Cleaner Pro.
And I can show you guys that right now.
Disk Cleaner Pro is actually a neat little app. It gets the job done when cleaning applications, and it does a very nice job.
Isn't it up? Fuck me. Isn't it being updated still or not?
Yep, it is.
It is?
Yep.
Oh. Never knew.
So, it's a nice app to use.
I'm gonna eat candy while Crayton is.
Yes. So Gabriel's eating candy, guys.
Isn't that great?
We're gonna skip over iTunes, iBooks, even though they are apps that I use to read books, download books, all that crap.
I don't because they're paid books.
Loopback, I like Loopback, and that's how we're actually piping the audio through. So shout out to Rogue Amoeba.
Even though
Rogue
chances
Amoeba,
are they don't watch our videos.
no, unfortunately, but Rogue Amoeba is an awesome company. And
hey guys, we just gave you a shout out. Can you give us a loop back for free?
Well, I already got it, so
that's true, and I'm using so and so's key.
Yes.
We're not gonna mention any names here.
No, really, the main purpose of me buying Loopback was not only for me personally, but for me and Gabriel to use for YouTube videos and things like that. So, it just stays between us.
Yep.
Okay.
So
and that's all we're going to say
for
about that.
So don't go in the comments and ask for the key.
Yeah. And if you do, then
chances are you might get a link to Pornhub.
Well, you won't get that, but
No, but you won't get a key.
You will get a private email message from one of us. But anyway, I'm not going to mention that here, but yeah, don't go around, oh, well, he bought a key for him and blah, 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 blah. Well, I bought it because we both love Loopback and we both use it all the time when we record,
yeah.
so.
Uh-huh. It's unlike
I'm
and actually,
gonna
I'd like to highlight too. I'd actually like to highlight too that Loopback, you don't get the monitoring lag or the system lag, unlike Windows.
And that's why we like it a lot over VAC. And I know Windows users are going to be like, "Well, VAC don't lag." Yes, it does.
Yes, it fucking does.
And it lags pretty badly.
Even if you have a fucking computer with the highest spec processor in the world and 128 gigs of RAM, it will still lag.
It still lags, and it's a part of Windows, guys. I don't care if you have an SSD or not. I mean, I made a couple of our podcasts over on the Vice Tutorials using a baseline Mac Mini.
That's true.
So, I mean, and I had no lag at all. And that had a moving hard drive in it, so I don't hear any complaints.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to skip over mail and messages. I do use those quite a bit. But the next one is OneDrive.
But on the YouTube channel, we already did a video on that. So
yep, we did. And you guys can go back and check out the video on that. But the next one is OneDrive. This is one that Gabriel does not use.
Because I
do.
can't download it.
Oh, wait, you know what? I figured out the issue,
What?
and I figured I'll mention it here too. When you download OneDrive from the Mac App Store, one of the things that you'll face is that it has an issue when it comes to sharing the file through when it comes to sharing the file. And what you have to do is you have to go under System Preferences and go under Extensions and enable the OneDrive Finder integration extension. And then everything works beautifully.
But see, I can't download it from the website. That's the problem.
I didn't download this from the website. I did at one point, but I figured out what the issue was.
How?
I contacted Microsoft support, and they said, do this, and do this, and do this, and it works beautifully.
Okay.
Not having any problems with it at all. I use it to sync between iOS devices, Windows machines, and Macs. So there you go. And it works beautifully. No problems whatsoever.
I'm playing with a pen.
Which I'll have to do a thing on OneDrive. It's actually very similar to Dropbox, but a little bit different. Actually, it's better than Dropbox, but there you go. But the next app that I use is I'm going to skip all the system ones. You know, I use a good amount of them on my day-to-day Mac tasks, but Simple Recorder is the next big one, which we're using to record. And the reason why we both like it is because it allows you to switch inputs and outputs on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to come to another app that allows us to do it very, very, very quickly.
Now, before you do, I'm going to highlight. I used to use Amadeus Pro to record my podcasts, and now I like using Simple Recorder. The only thing I use Amadeus Pro now is audio editing, or if I want to listen to some stuff that I don't want to put in iTunes.
See, the nice thing about Simple Recorder is that you can hit a hotkey to record from anywhere. Mm-hmm. Whereas in Amadeus, you have to be in the window. We're not saying that Amadeus makes a bad recorder, because actually it doesn't. Mm-mm. But Simple Recorder, it's simple.
No shit.
And
hence the name, Simple Recorder.
Yes, hence the name, Simple Recorder. Of course, we got Siri. That came out in macOS Sierra. Which
and I'm playing with a pen.
Oh, nice. The next one is Skype, which is how we're communicating.
Skype.
Don't ask us to do Team Talk, because we'll say no.
I'd probably say yes, but it's going to epically fail.
Yeah, and Team Talk, while it is nice for some things, Skype is better to do for conferences like these.
You know what? No, I'm going to actually go against that one. On Mac, it's pretty shitty.
On Team Talk, yes.
Right, but if we were doing Windows podcasts, which we could do, if you guys want us to, but...
Yeah, we could use Team Talk.
Exactly.
Because Skype on Windows, yeah.
Let's just
it's
say...
interesting. Let me just put it to you that way. Not to say that it's not accessible now. To all you Windows lovers, it's accessible, but...
It's absolute...
It's...
I'm just gonna go straight up now. It's an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, it's not the best thing ever, and I think the design of it could have been a little bit improved with a couple of hotkeys.
Yep.
Like, to get to your contacts and all that, that's kind of a pain.
Yeah, sometimes the hotkey doesn't work because you're in an ad.
It's just, when we do Skype stuff, we prefer to use the Mac.
Yeah.
When we do Team Talk, we always go on Windows, and for those of you who personally know me, I have a Kangaroo, small form factor desktop that sits over here.
I was going to say something about the Kangaroo again, but I'm not going to bother.
That I use for Windows stuff. And no, I'm not boot camping my Mac because I have the Windows machine. Why not use it?
I have the HP, but I find Boot Camp is a little bit faster. And plus, the
Gabriel's
HP is not mine
situation's different,
Yeah.
but you know, um,
Yay!
the next app, and it won't be the last one, but it's close to the last, is Sound Source. And we use this to switch inputs and outputs on the fly when we record with Simple Recorder, and it works extremely well.
Yes.
Not having any problems with it whatsoever.
I'm gonna go get.
Oh, you're getting the pizza.
I'm getting the pizza, but I'll be in Papa's and go to the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
Way back to the grocery store.
Sweet.
That was, yeah.
Well, guys, you know what I'm having for lunch now.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
And to be honest with you, I don't give a damn.
that's very nice.
Yeah, it is.
But moving right along.
I had cereal and waffles and fucking a brownie for... I fucked a brownie? What?
That just does not sound right, dude. No. Anyway, moving on to the next app.
Sorry!
The Unarchiver. We use this for 7-zips.
Yep, because
We
7-zip...
7-zip archive, we extract it with the Unarchiver, which recently got an update.
It did? didn't.
Sometime back in September, I think.
Oh,
Either that or October.
I think... Ish. You don't know.
And then the last one is Twitterific, which is a Twitter client for Mac that is...
Don't even explain, because I did a video on it!
You didn't do a video, but you did a podcast. But
Yeah, that's true. Sorry. Yeah, I did a podcast on it, so for you people who are just subscribed to the YouTube channel, fine, I'll leave the link in the description below. Okay.
I'll leave the link in the description below.
Now I'm going to play with a pen.
Because that's who I am. And that's the last of my apps.
Now, let's get to my boring ass list. But before I do, I'm going to put these pens I grabbed away. If I know where to put them. Okay. Alright, let me open up. The first app I land on is Adapter. Now, I don't use this too often, but sometimes I have a problem where if I'm converting something from MP3 to M4R in Amadeus, it likes to go busy. I don't know why, but it does. So I use Adapter for that.
By the way, there is a thing for that. There's a fix. All you have to do is hit return.
Oh.
And it bypasses all that busy crap. And basically, it's just a dialogue that says you're going to lose format if you do that and that and that.
Right. So now I'm going to hit...
But Adapter's a neat application.
Yes, it is. Now, next, I land on Alfred. Alfred is an app, almost like Spotlight, but I find it's a little bit better. Hold on. I thought... Okay, never mind. I thought I needed to sneeze, but nope. Okay.
That would be amusing.
So, Alfred is almost like Spotlight.
I never even heard of Alfred. Okay.
But the thing I like about it over Spotlight, and I'm not sure if you can do this with Spotlight, is you can put custom searches. For example, if I hit Option Space, and I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to root through. If I hit Option Space, unless I type in, and I have it set to do this, if I type in Windows, it'll go to the Microsoft page so I can download a Windows ISO. Or if I type in, I don't know,
Now,
any audio.
does Alfred have a main system preference extension, or is it? How do you configure it?
It has its own preferences window. So control. When you hit Option Space, you hit Command comma.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's
not system preferences.
Is that
but it
free?
works. I believe so. You'll have to look.
I'll look, and if it's, I think it's on the App Store, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's where I got it.
Okay, and we won't put links to these applications because that'd take way too long, but
Yeah.
you can go look them up yourself.
Yep. Next on the list, of course, is Amadeus Pro. I'm not even gonna explain what the hell that is, because assuming you didn't fall asleep, Crayton explained what Amadeus Pro was, because that was his first
You
app.
had to yawn like I did.
Next, I feel bad for having this on my Mac, but I haven't gone to uninstall it yet. I'm I'm not even gonna say it. It's gonna be too depressing. No, Android file transfer. I'm gonna uninstall that soon, but that'll be in the tutorial on how to use App Cleaner.
Android file transfer is basically a way for people that have Android phones to transfer files back and forth between Android and Mac, because by default it does not work with the Finder.
Okay. So there's App Cleaner again. I'm gonna try to skip Mac apps. There's App Cleaner. You know what that is because Crayton explained it.
Most of the apps that he has, I have.
Babel. Did you do that one, Crayton?
Oh, I don't have that installed because I don't use it very much. If I do use, and I'll have to do a podcast on this at some point, I use the iTunes TTS thing.
Huh?
Yes, iTunes has a thing. It has a service called text to audio file. I'll demonstrate that in the podcast. But
Okay.
Babel's also another way to where you can get text to an audio file.
So what Babel is kind of like, I don't know, the Colton Hill's TTS app on Windows, but better.
Yes.
I mean, I like TTS app, but I love Babel. Next, I don't know if Crayton did this one, backup and sync. That's all the Google stuff combined, so like Sheets, Docs, that kind of thing.
Oh, see, I don't use Google Drive, so
Next, which Crayton for sure doesn't have, it's BitTorrent Sync. This is version 1.3.109 because that's
I don't use BT Sync anymore.
accessible. Bootchamp. I've done a video on this on my main channel. Basically, what this lets you to do is, let's say, you know, your system preferences. I've had this problem where my system preferences wouldn't let me use the startup disk menu to restart into Boot Camp. It's not doing that anymore, but let's say you just wanted to temporarily boot into Boot Camp to grab something, and then you just want to, you know, restart Windows, and it'll go back into Mac. That's a good application for it because you don't have to go to the Boot Camp menu in the notification bar to restart back into Mac. You just quickly just power off your Mac, power it back on, and it's back in Mac.
It's
Next
very simple.
Is Coconut Battery. I don't use this. It lets you check your battery and stuff. I don't find it too great to use because my menu bar icon works. But this also lets you check the status of your like iOS devices. And yeah. Next app is Disk Cleaner Pro. Crayton talked about that one. Then I have Dropbox, which you guys should know about. I'm not even gonna fucking explain it.
If you don't know Dropbox, go to Dropbox.com.
If you don't know what Dropbox is, I'm not even gonna continue that sentence. The next app is DVD. I'm just kidding. The next app is Google Chrome, and I believe, Crayton, do you have this one?
I don't. And I'm actually a little bit surprised, and here's why I don't. I don't use Google Chrome on Mac like I used to anymore. My primary use of Chrome these days is on Windows. But it does work for Mac. Don't let that scare you away.
Yeah. Install Disk Creator. That's
how we create USBs.
That app right there is very goddamn useful. And here's why. As you guys know, macOS High Sierra came out. Okay? I updated. And I was having a few little problems here and there where if I'd go into App Cleaner, if I'd get an authentication window, sometimes it'll go busy and it won't go on busy. So, thanks to Install Disk Creator, since Apple nicely decided to get rid of the Install macOS Sierra app from the App Store, thanks Apple, I was able, since I had installed Disk Creator, and I've had used it to install, to put the install macOS Sierra before it went bye-bye onto my hard drive.
Wait, it left the App Store?
The install macOS Sierra, yeah, it's not there anymore. You can't
Okay.
download Sierra anymore unless you have a direct link.
Oh, you're talking Sierra.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So there you
That's
go. So I have, as long as my hard drive, as long as I'm careful with it and I don't corrupt it, then I can still use that install macOS Sierra. Because I love Sierra half to death right now. Next app.
and the funny thing of it is I'm running High Sierra.
Yeah. Next app is LastPass. I
That's
love
a
this app.
password manager.
I love this application. The only problem I'm having with it right now is it doesn't ask me if to save my passwords, but I just manually save passwords in there. Actually, I haven't used it because I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I decided to put my passwords in a locked note and my external hard drive. So, yeah, I probably should delete it from my locked notes though because hint, hint, and I shouldn't be saying this, but I have my debit card info in there. So I should probably delete it from my notes. Or I could turn on two-factor, but I'm not going to bother with that again. But LastPass is a very good application too. Somewhat accessible. Better than, what the fuck? Dashlane. It's better than Dashlane, that's for fuck sure.
LastPass and 1Password are your password managers to go for.
Yep. Line-In. That's the app I'm using for the internal mic right now. That lets you monitor. It's pretty simple.
It's very simple.
I'm just gonna skip over Loopback because Crayton gave you guys a description of it. Malwarebytes, I don't really use it too much unless I've been downloading some very shady software. Yeah.
It does the same thing as it does on Windows, guys.
But
So.
I find it a little, well, then again, not really. What I find on both is it's really laggy and you can't select all.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, Nicecast is another application to let me live stream. And unlike YouTube, I don't have to worry about copyright. I can live stream music if I wanted to, that's what I use it for. Night Owl, I still have it, but I don't use it as much as Twitter. Actually, I don't use both too much because, yeah. Noteburner, iTunes DRM converter. That will remove DRM of any Apple Music song if you have it paid for. And it'll convert it to an MP3.
Yep, it's easy.
Onyx. That is another very useful application.
It's like this cleaner, but has a little bit more advanced features, which if you're not that advanced with Mac, don't play with them.
Because you might fuck with it. I don't even play with them. The only thing I do in there is automations, which help me clean it up. Photo Booth, that's a Mac app. Whatever. Reverb.
That's for Alexa, and I'm not going to say it because if I do,
I'll just say it because I don't have one.
Right.
Reverb is for the Amazon Echo. Or Alexa.
Yes.
Which, if you guys want, I'll do a demo on it. But it can't do as much. Like, you can't drop into it. Or you can't, like...
You can't play music with it. You can just do basic skills and tasks with it.
RS Games, I don't play it too much, but I just have it on there when I'm bored as fucking hell. And I don't know what to do. Simple
Nice
Recorder
description.
is, again... Simple Recorder. But, okay, I'm going to go back to RS Games, actually. I'm not going to go back to it in my list, but RS Games, it just has a shit ton of card games in it.
Yes. You know,
Siri,
Blackjack.
Skype. You guys know what Skype is. If you don't know what Skype is, you're a dumbass. SMC fan control. I don't really need it, but I have it there just in case, I have a time where my computer is heating up and I just need to bring the fan to full RPM, which does help. Sound Source, that's that nice little application that sits in the menu bar that lets you switch your audio or monitor your audio on the fly. It's easy as hell.
Okay.
Super Duper. This is a very, Very important
Awesome,
application.
awesome backup utility.
Oh yeah, it's a very important application. Like if you do a lot of modifications to your Mac, it's a good thing to back up because if one of your modifications fail, and I don't do modifications, okay, but in case anything fails, you have a bootable copy on an external hard drive, and let's say your
Yeah.
internal hard drive fails, even if even if you have a non solid state hard drive like me, which moves, it's laggy, but it lets you get the job done.
Yep, and it works. And you can see the YouTube video and the podcast that we did on that.
Team Talk 5. I have that on here. Do you, Crayton, or no?
Nope.
Okay. Team Talk 5
When I use
again,
Team Talk, it's either
Windows or
not
the
all the time
iPhone.
on iOS, but mostly on Windows. And
Team
it's
Talk 5.
nothing to do with the fact of it's the Mac's fault because VoiceOver doesn't work with this or this.
It's the developer's fault.
Programming language that they use.
And I know I shouldn't be, but I'm gonna blame the developer too because we email him and he's too lazy to fix it. So,
Yeah, it's really the programming language that he's used ever since I can remember, but even back on Team Talk 4 for Mac. So if that tells you anything.
that goes to show he doesn't like improving shit.
But anyway, moving along.
The unarchiver Crayton already described that thing. Trillion. That's a good I am instant
Instant messaging app. I used to use that, but I don't anymore. But it does work and it works very well.
Twitterific! Yay, my voice just broke. Twitterific
Hey.
is an awesome Twitter client, man. I just
Yes.
love it over Night Owl, but I still have Night Owl, so I have a choice between two. Type to phone. I don't use it too much, but when I need an external keyboard because I don't have one for my iPhone, it's there. And UView. I don't use that one too much, but if I just need to watch just a quick little video, it works. I can't really listen to music with it because
That's not
it breaks.
even being updated anymore, is it?
Exactly. But it's there in case I need it. Alright, so that was our list of apps. If you guys were depressed over our apps, click off the video now. I'm just kidding.
But if you weren't,
If you liked it, please, well, that'll be in the outro in the podcast. I'm not even going to say it, but for the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys, if I can find the stop button, in the next one.
and for those of you who are on the other side,